Hey everyone, welcome back to Philosophical Fall Guy. Here we talk to the industry's top stunt performers and we go behind the scenes to hear their stories. Then we dive a little deeper to see what they ponder about in those moments of silence between the chaos. I'm your host, Duke Jackson. Today, my guest has appeared in 46 different TV shows and movies and has won an Actors Award, not Screen Actors Guild Award anymore, mind you, Actors Award for Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble for Avengers Endgame, and was nominated for the same category for Avengers Infinity War. He's also known for such movies as Sabotage and Furious 7. I'd like to welcome my good buddy, Johnny Cooper.
Hey man,
Hey Johnny, what's up, man? Thanks for being here, brother.
dude. Thanks for having me, man. It's quite the honor.
Yeah, cool, man.
I
I'm
mean,
glad
yeah,
to hear
you
that.
have some huge people on here.
Yeah, I've been really blessed to have some
and
really
you
good.
brought me on,
good.
so I was like, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are buddies of mine, so that helps. But I want to get, I want to try to get some more, big name coordinators on here. So if you know anybody, send them my way.
I definitely will, man. I
Yeah.
definitely will.
But no, man, it's so great to have you on here. I know we've been talking about it for probably 6 months, I think, is when we
Yeah.
first kind of said something about it. And I would, I would have had you on here sooner, but I've just been a
busy.
little preoccupied myself with other stuff,
Yeah,
trying.
and you've been busy. I mean, you've had a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we took that little trip to Italy,
Oh, nice.
which was a few weeks, and then I got back from Italy and I didn't want to do anything, so
I don't blame you.
it's just like I'll except go back to Italy.
I'm gonna get back from your place today and not want to do anything. So I totally
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. But thanks for being here today, brother.
Appreciate it.
And I want to offer my deepest condolences. I know that you recently lost your father and had to go through all that in the funeral and everything like that. And I myself lost my dad 7 years ago. But
yeah.
sometimes it seems like yesterday. Sometimes it seems like it's been forever. But
Time
it
flies.
always
yeah.
hurts, man. I think about him. I think every day, actually, probably still. So
Yeah, and you will. It's
yeah,
just
yeah. So
the
I know it's
nature of
fresh, and I'm sorry to
Thanks, I appreciate that. Sorry about yours.
have to go through that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Luckily, I have a good support.
What's that?
Like my sister's good. My wife is amazing.
yeah, that
So
helps.
it's bad, but unfortunately, it's life, and
Yeah,
it happens, and you move on.
yeah, and it's. I think it's tough for guys, that have dads, because there's so many guys I know that I've interviewed on this show that their dads were just not in their lives or left or abusive or whatever. But
Yep.
my dad wasn't like that. He was my hero for most of my life. I mean, I thought he was the best thing ever. So it's hard to watch him decline,
Yeah.
and go through that.
The declining is the worst, because you remember your father is,
You're right.
he was, building houses and
Yeah.
doing things and,
Yeah.
jumping in ponds and grabbing catfish with his hands and stuff. And then when you see him and, he's 80 pounds and,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the hard part.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It is, man. But maybe your dad and my dad are up there talking right now as we're
Hanging
talking.
out, yeah. Watching this.
Watching this.
Yeah.
Watch these guys. Watch these jokers down here.
Love it. Yeah.
But anyways, man, I kind of just start from the beginning, and I like to know like what you did before you got into stunts and where you grew up.
I grew up in Athens, Georgia.
Okay. Just around the corner, huh?
Yeah, right around the corner. I loved it. It was an amazing place and an amazing time.
Yeah.
In the 80s and running around Athens, I mean, you would run into Michael Stipe from REM,
Oh, wow.
somewhere. You would run into,
Oh, that's right. They have a big music scene up there,
a
don't they?
huge music scene.
Yeah.
And it all kind of revolved around the Georgia Theater before it burned down and they rebuilt it, and the 40 Watt Club. That was kind of the main places, So I got to see some really good shows, growing up. I got to see Guar,
Wow.
who is, if you haven't seen Guar,
No.
you might not like Guar. They're really out there.
I'm kind of I'm making myself look like a dweeb here, but I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with Guar.
You've seen Guar, you just don't know you've seen Guar.
Oh, really?
So whenever you've seen people that are dressed up in these crazy monster costumes on stage,
Yeah.
like that's Guar.
That's Guar. Okay.
Yeah. And so, they're a wild. I think we left that show, and our clothes were pink because of all the stuff they shoot out into the crowd.
Things
and,
out.
oh
That's
my
cool.
gosh, man, it was amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you got to see cool
when
stuff
was
like
that?
that.
When was that? Like,
I don't know exactly when the Guar show was, but I remember they got hauled off stage.
oh, really?
And they sued the city of Athens, and I think they won. I know they won. I don't know how much they won, but Athens isn't that terribly big, or it used to be.
Yeah.
Used to not be then. And the next time they came back, there wasn't a policeman within like 4 square blocks. They were like, "No, we're not messing with these people again." And
Do your thing. We'll leave you alone.
just whatever. They
Yeah.
got them for indecency. That's what they got them for.
Okay.
And Athens was a pretty closed. Like when I started hanging out downtown, because we skated, so we were skaters.
Oh, okay. You were a skater, huh?
Yeah, I was a skater.
Skate or die.
Yeah, and a lot of times it was that, because you're always on the run or, trying to find a place to skate, and the cops are hassling you and stuff. But tattooing was illegal in Athens, and then this person came in and opened up a tattoo parlor, and then somehow got the city to like ban everybody else. And so there was this guy who was a friend of mine, this guy named Savick, and he started just tattooing on the street corner an American flag underwear with an American flag cape, and was just giving out free tattoos to fight. I mean, just all
Free
kinds of wild
tattoos,
stuff.
even.
Huh?
Free tattoos.
Free tattoos.
Wow.
Yeah, he was, and he got the law changed. So
Oh, cool. Good for him. That's cool.
yeah, he was a pretty neat guy.
Yeah.
He's I think he was doing, last I talked, I think he was running a crew at the dump.
Oh, really?
Like he quit tattooing, and after he did that, he just kind of got out of it.
Okay.
But he was something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
So you grew up in Athens.
Yep.
Did you pretty much stay there? Did you move away at any point, or were you just kind of
I
always
grew
around
up
there?
there, and then I went in the military.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
When I got out of high school, which I did not graduate, I got my good enough diploma. Got out of high school.
Got your GED?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing anything, and so I was like, man, this is kind of crap. I need to do something to make my mom proud. So I joined the military, and I was in the Navy for 4 years, and then came back to
Nice.
Athens.
Oh, you got to travel around and see quite a bit, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, we went all over, man.
Yeah.
We were
What years was that?
89 to 93.
Okay, that was when the Gulf War was going
Yeah,
on.
go for it. Desert Storm.
Desert Storm, yeah.
Yep. And
I almost signed up at the same time because I graduated in '91,
really?
and I went down to the Navy. Well, actually, the Navy. I was working at a little place at a mall, and the Navy recruiter was across, and they talked me
strolled
into
in.
going over there and taking their test or whatever, and
Yeah.
they almost got me. I was this close, man.
Man, when I was in, I didn't hate it. I liked it. There was a lot of cool stuff going on. We ran some operations here and there, and like we had SEALs on board, and they were doing all kinds of cool stuff. Which I wasn't a SEAL. There's a funny story that goes with that. I'll tell you now.
Okay.
I don't know if you were there. I think you were on Fast 7. Were you on Fast 7?
Nope. I was on Fast 8,
Fast 8.
I
Okay.
believe.
So we were doing Fast 7, and there was this guy who was a military coordinator, and he was a SEAL. John Rodiger, bad dude, some bad dude, and nice guy, very nice guy.
Badass.
Yes,
dude. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, badass. And he, somebody had said something about being a SEAL. They could have been a SEAL or something like that. And he was not happy about that.
Yeah, you don't say that kind of
No,
stuff.
you don't.
Man.
You never say that. And I was like, I tried out for the SEALs, but I didn't get past the first part to actually try out. Like the first one.
Well, it's interesting. I just watched a video this week actually about the whole Hell Week, and then the 2 phases after that. And man, dude, those guys.
Those guys are
they're on a different level.
Worlds above.
They're on a different level, bro. Yeah.
I mean, I can get out there and we're stunt guys. We can get out there and we can look the part.
Yeah, like I think back when I was in my best condition, I think I could have done because they did the obstacle course.
Yeah.
And I was really big into climbing, so I had a pretty good grip that I could climb. I could do. I think I could have made it through the obstacle course, but like Hell Week, dude, I hate being cold, freezing your ass off.
Everything that leads up to it,
and it's not sleeping, dude, for a week. Like
not sleeping in the surf.
Do you do that?
You're in the surf. You got the telephone pole you carry, and then for the guys that don't carry their weight, they have the separated telephone pole, which has chains that like link little parts of it together, so you pretty much have to pull whatever.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, some of these classes start with 300 people, and then they end up with 15.
Yeah.
I could never have done that.
And it's not just 300 people.
Yeah.
Those 300 people are handpicked, top of the line. Like he was saying, collegiate athletes, Olympic athletes, and those guys are dropping out.
Yeah, and here I am, a skater from Memphis, Georgia. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I got to the thing. I couldn't even do the push-ups and pull-ups to get in, to even look at being selected. So back I went, right? So I ended up being on ship.
Okay.
But our ship got taken down by a thing of SEALs. It was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And then, and just mind-blowing to be a part of.
I bet.
Seeing that whole thing happen.
Yeah.
So I got pushed out of my chair on the Bright Bridge and zip tied up. And I mean, I think it was 7.5 minutes.
Really?
They had our whole boat.
Wow.
And it was, I mean, and then you met them. You met them after this whole thing happened because they were still on the boat. And it was like, they're just normal dudes, man. I mean, they weren't normal, very abnormal, but they were just like, hey, man, how you doing? It's like we could have been in the chow line together just, drinking some freaking Kool-Aid. But
when it's
seeing what they had done before that was, wow. Mad respect.
Yeah. Total respect for those guys.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So you were in until 93, you said?
93. Yeah, I got out in 93.
Okay.
And at that time, they were kind of drawing down everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, you usually when you go in, you have like 4 years active duty. Then you'll have like 2 years active reserve, 2 years inactive reserve. So a 4-year hitch, they kind of had you for 8 years, sort of. But once we got out, they were like, I didn't do any active reserve, any inactive reserve, nothing.
You were just done.
I was just gone.
Yeah.
But having done that, the benefits now that I'm in my 50s is like immeasurable. And I have a stepson, and I'm just like, dude, it's going to stink for you. I know you don't want to do it, but you need to do it because, GI Bill, VA loans, medical.
Right.
All that stuff. It's it's insane.
Yeah.
So I really try and recommend, do 4 years, I mean, I did 4 years, and then I didn't even really get into the stunt game until like 2000.
Okay.
And I would have almost been retired, so I could have still done what I'm doing now, getting out of the military.
Because was it 15 years you have to be in to retire from
20.
Military? How many?
I think it's 20.
It's 20
and they may have changed it, but usually 20.
20, okay.
Is what everybody goes for to retire.
Right. Yeah.
But, being in there, I don't know how I would have been after 20 years in the military. Being on a ship, being a Navy guy.
Yeah.
Getting to be a chief, probably getting a bigger gut than I have now. And, who knows where I would have done. But, but really kind of where my start to stunts kind of came from was Friday nights. you know, and I would be at my grandparents' house, and Dukes of Hazzard would come on.
Mm.
And so Dukes of Hazzard was like,
That's a big influence.
I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I want to drive cars and do things like that. And so that kind of started me. And then Point Break hit when I was in
Yeah.
the military.
That was a big influence on me.
It was, yeah.
influence,
And we got to, it played on the mess decks while we were out at sea.
Uh-huh.
And there was this guy named DeAnthony Dave Zan. I'll never forget him. He's passed away now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I really want to see that movie. And we were on watch.
Uh-huh.
I said, I got to see this. Is what I want to do. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to do stunt. I want to do stunts.
Yeah.
And he said he let me go for 2 hours off watch to go watch it.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And I was like, that's it. So when I got out, Atlanta, there was nothing. You know, so I kind of drifted. I was a locksmith. I went to bartending school.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah. I learned how to make killer drinks, and then I ended up working.
That's always a good skill to have.
It is, but I ended up working at this place called Lakeside Tavern, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And this old woman, she was amazing. Her name was Blondine. Was her name?
Blondine. That's a real name?
She owned it.
That was a real name?
Yeah, that was a real name, Blondine.
Blondine.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
Interesting woman.
I bet.
So I ended up being the bartender and having to be the line dance partner because they gave free line dances on Thursday night. So all the old ladies would come and grab me, and we'd have to go line dance. I was a line dance partner.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. I did some really crazy stuff. I think, what else did I get into? Before I came into the stunt world, I was a insurance adjuster, and I was an insurance fraud investigator.
Oh, wow.
And so I worked for a Gap insurance company. And so I would, and I didn't go in the field, which was crazy. They had me in an office, and I was really good on the internet. And so I would find whatever we needed to either approve or deny whatever claim was going on at the time. So that's where I
when
went.
the internet was brand new, probably.
Yeah. Well, not brand new. Like when I got in 2000, it was, you know.
It was still pretty new. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever used the internet until
Well-
2003 or 4, I think. And then it was email only. You know?
Yeah. Well, when I got into stunts in 2000, I went to a place called, and a lot of people, you know, don't like to admit it, but a lot of great stunt people came out of this place. And it was the United Stuntmen's Association out in Washington.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Up in Seattle, they had
up in
that
Seattle.
stunt school up there, yeah. I knew
Dave
some guys
Boucher
that went
ran
up
it.
there, teached and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I went back as an assistant.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think when I got in, I mean, when I went there in 2000, I was in my late 30s. Like, I got in late
Yeah.
to the stunt game. And and then when I came back to Atlanta, there was nothing. Like really nothing going on. There was maybe 4 or 5.
What year is this?
2001.
2001, okay.
Because I went in 2000 and I came back and I called 4 people when I got back to town. And 2 didn't answer. One guy picked up the phone, and you know this guy, and we all love him. And I love him to this day. He's a great guy. And I told him who I was, and he goes, "Don't quit your day job. You'll never make it as a stunt man." And hung up the phone.
Can I guess?
Huh?
Can I guess?
He came out. I don't want to say his name out.
You don't want to say his name? Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
He's
Gotcha.
a great guy.
Okay.
Crotchety man. You know exactly
I know
who
who
he
it
is.
is. I know who it is.
And then the 4th guy invited me in, you know, and we went to his house, and, you know, we did things and stuff like that. And then it was kind of up and down. You know, I did a lot of non-union stuff because I wasn't union at the time. And I want to say it was my first union gig. I was tafted on a Medea movie.
Medea. Yeah.
Yeah, and he calls, he goes, because, you know, my brother, I don't know if you know, but my brother and I, back in 2005, we started a thing called Southeast Drift. So we did the Southeast Drift Association
I didn't know
here
that. Oh, cool.
in Atlanta. So we held drift events.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they were some of the earliest drift events in the city.
Yeah.
And so the stunt guys knew who I was from that.
Mm.
And so Scott Dale, and you
Yeah.
know Scott, he
Scott,
called me, and he said, "Hey, I got a job. I can taft you." It's like, great. He goes, "Yeah, man, you're gonna love it." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "There's gonna be some cars, and they're gonna slide up to each other in the intersection." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "Yeah, there's gonna be like 4 cars behind them in traffic." He goes, "You're the 4th car." He said, "I need you to drive it 15 miles an hour and stop." And I was like, "Perfect. This is great. Best job ever."
Best job.
And I'll never forget that or him. Yeah, and so I was in.
Nice.
And before that, you know Andy Rusk.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He was. We started doing set dressing. So when I first came in, I was set dressing,
Oh, okay.
and I would get on a show, and then I would beeline to the coordinator, and pass my stuff.
Nice.
And that's how I got on Fast 7, because I was doing some set dressing.
Nice.
And
That's
Joel
a good
Kramer.
way to hustle.
Huh?
I said that's a good way to hustle.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to hustle. And Joel Kramer hired me for like a week,
Nice.
and it turned into 7 days, and I was like, "This is the best ever."
Yeah.
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 And so,
Got hooked.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, cool. So you kind of got you're in with was that driving then on Fast 7? You were doing some driving too?
No, I was actually was just a soldier. I was a petty merc
Oh, okay.
on that show.
Okay, cool.
And I got shot in the rear end by a Zerk hit.
Oh.
Yeah, special effects guy. He was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry." I mean, and I saw it. He showed it to me.
Yeah.
You know, we went and looked at the foot, and it just goes. He shot out the gun. It goes,
Yeah, those things
and just
curl.
beeline right in my butt cheek. You know. So,
It had a
I was
mission.
like, "Oh,
it had
no."
a mission.
yeah, I was like, somebody had a real run up and shot in the rear end. This is all going through your mind.
Yeah.
But but I'm just still in the scene. You know, I'm just still doing what I needed to
Yeah,
do.
good for you.
And yeah, and then he came over and apologized. I was like,
It happens.
happens, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I think I got shot and killed in the first. We came through the door, and Statham's character shot me, and that's it. So for the rest of the day, I'm laid out, you know, on the deck,
I've
and
had
I
plenty
just
of those.
slid my back pad up and
Yeah.
laid my head on it, and
Yeah.
pretty much just laid there the whole day.
Yeah, I've had some of those. You know, those are tough when you're doing night shoots,
Yes.
and then you're shot and you gotta lay dead. I actually fell asleep
Oh yeah, I fell
on the
asleep.
floor,
Yeah.
and like between takes, and just let out a ripping snore, and the
I have a funny story. I'll
stunt
tell you.
coordinator got up. He was walking towards me because I knew to give me what for, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the other stunt guys laying next to me like kicks me. And he's like, Duke, wake up. I jolted awake just in time to see the coordinator, and he's like, "Oh, you're so lucky."
Dude, I'll tell you this story, and I don't usually tell it too much because it's a little embarrassing, but Russell Towery asked us, we were on another show, and he asked us what our most embarrassing stunt story was.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, "Dude, I was actually working for you." And it was on a Walking Dead episode, and we were supposed to be these walkers in tactical gear.
Mm-hmm.
And at the last minute, they were like, "Hey, we need a gas mask zombie. It's got to be somebody with a bald head." They didn't ask us if we wanted to shave, because I would have shaved, you know.
Oh, you
because
were
this dude
already
ended up
shaved.
getting an action figure, right?
Yeah.
And so they pulled an extra, and they made him featured, and he had to have his mask ripped off.
Uh-huh.
And so they took me and put me in his clothes. So, you know, I'm standing there. I don't have anything to do at this point. And Russell's like, "Look, just stay over there, and, you know, we'll fit you in somewhere." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And so the crafty girl is running around, and she has this tray of pigs in blankets. And so when I would try to get one, she would sidestep me and go around me because I was supposedly an extra.
Uh-huh.
And so finally, I just followed her back to the thing. I'm like, hey, I'm a stunt guy. Let me have some.
Give me
pigs in
those
blanket.
pigs in the blanket, man.
So I got a plate full, and I was sitting in this like place down at the stage, and it was in kind of a little hallway with a roll up door, and I'd been there for hours, and I'm in full makeup, mind you, with prosthetics, teeth, I mean the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And so I finished off my tray of pigs in blankets and fell asleep. And there's like 8 hair and makeup
Nice
girls.
full belly.
You see where this is going. There's like 8 hair and makeup girls. So I'm out and just ripped one in my sleep.
Oh, man.
And it reverberated. Like, I don't know how sound didn't pick it up, you know? And I hear them go, oh, what? Turn around, and all I can do is just sit there, and I look up, and they look at me, and I go, went right back down. So embarrassed, but they were laughing, and it was one of my most embarrassing, but, funny, you know? And it lighthearted the day a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love those kind of stories.
Yeah, you that's the kind of stuff that happens, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows until you're there.
Yeah.
Just how weird,
How
funny
weird it
things
can get. Yeah. So you said you when you were a kid and you watched Dukes of Hazzard, that's kind of when you decided you wanted to be a stuntman.
Yeah.
And then Point Break was a big influence. It was just funny because that was a huge influence for me, man. I mean, I watched that movie and was like, what? I mean, I just wanted to go to L.A. I wanted to like pursue stunts. I wanted to surf. I wanted to everything, But
all the good things
all
in
the
life.
good things, yeah. And what do you think drew you to wanting to do stunts?
To me, it was just cool. Like on Dukes of Hazzard, I didn't really, I didn't know the regimentation of film or any of that. So I really didn't know that was a stunt. Like that was a thing you could go do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just knew there were, the car was flying through the air.
And somebody was driving it.
Yeah, somebody was driving it.
Yeah.
And, I don't know how these guys were doing it, the actors. So I
Right.
said, there's got to be something,
Right.
And so as time went on, I had it in the back of my mind. And then as, I would, I skated, I did BMX. And then once I got my car, we would just, tear ass through the woods or down gravel roads. And that led me into kind of the drifting thing. So I started drifting. And then we started Southeast Drift. And, I mean, I when I went to the school, I knew myself I wasn't going to go to L.A. And
So just real quick, how long is the school? How long is it?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, and
What all do they cover as when you go there?
in my opinion, they cover just enough so that you're not an asshole when you get on set. You get a taste of everything.
Yeah.
You get the first week is fighting, and they teach you, golden thread or the silver thread. They teach you how to cross your punches. They teach you how to make it, look good. And then you'll do, when I went through at least, then you'll do some video fights, and then you'll review the video fights, and they'll teach you basic stair falls. Basically it's just padding you up and you just roll down the stairs because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of what a stair fall is anyways.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's what you do. You just pad up and then you roll and then you go do
for it
till it doesn't hurt anymore,
Yeah.
and you got everything covered.
Yeah.
And then you moved into, we did horseback riding, or rather horse falls, which was kind of neat because the horses were trained. If you took them, the further away from the pad they went, when you turned them around, they just took off. So you gauged your speed by how far you got away from the pad.
So you were doing saddle falls out of the saddle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saddle falls out just onto a pad.
Okay.
And, you missed the pad because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to hit a spot as you're
Oh,
riding
it
a
is,
horse,
definitely.
and then trying
Yeah.
to
Trying to
jump
get
on.
off the horse,
Yeah.
and, and hit the pad. And we had a girl that just missed the pad every single time,
Oh yeah.
every single time. And then that's all she wanted to do. She was mediocre at everything else, and she loved that horse thing. And then came back the following year, same thing all over again, missed the pad every single time, but she loved it. So then from there, we did glass breaks, going through glass.
Oh, okay.
With some knockers on it.
So they actually would blow the glass?
They would blow the glass.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we had an FX guy out of Florida named Ron. Good FX guy.
Yeah.
And he knew what he was doing. So nobody ever, got messed up.
Yeah.
Select people would get set on fire. So they would do a fire burn.
Okay.
And I got to do that.
Nice.
Did a crotch burn, my very first burn.
Crotch burn.
And
I don't
I've
think
loved
I've
it.
ever done that one.
I've loved
On
fire ever
purpose.
since. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do. Then there's the high falls, and you'll go up. They're really good about gauging you out.
You're right.
So the best folks will go up to 50 feet
Oh, okay.
on a scissor, and then the rest
Was
stay
it
around.
a scissor lift or was it a
Scissor lift.
scissor lift? Okay.
Yeah, they take you up, and then they'd have you step up and off. So then what else? There was driving, so it was basic driving stuff.
Wow, they do cover
then
everything.
They did a wire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. Kind of give you a nice rounded idea.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they teach you a business course part of it,
Oh, nice.
like how to hustle.
Man, I learned all that stuff the hard way.
Oh yeah, like don't step on somebody's cords.
Yeah.
Don't offer a hand. Stuff you learn when you get on set.
Yeah.
And if you don't know
Stay
it,
out of the way.
yeah, exactly, man. And so yeah, it was a good training. But
That was always the hardest part for me, like hustling is,
yeah,
especially back in like the 90s out in LA or whatever, a lot of the people didn't know it, they knew some hustling, but hustling wasn't as popular. Like they didn't know why you're there.
yeah.
So you're just standing around,
Or they
with your
acted
headshot
like they
in
didn't
hand.
know why you're there.
and you're like,
Yeah.
you're trying to be noticed, but not noticed at the same time. Like you don't want to be noticed by the right people, Otherwise, you'll be like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh man,
Yeah,
I've had some of those stories. I made a hustle kit.
yeah,
Since I was a set dresser, I knew what set dressers looked like. So I had a hustle kit, and I had a clip with some gloves and a roll of blue tape.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And I had a metal clipboard.
Nice.
That I would, which is not really a set dresser thing,
Yeah,
but
I
I
never
had
thought
it
of
to
that.
keep my resumes in.
Yeah,
And I went to Banshee, I think it was. And since I'm also a Teamster as well, so I knew how the vans work, so I would hopped on a van, went right through.
yeah,
And
Knew the system.
yeah, and got there, and I was walking around the set, kind of off the fringes, and this PA I may have had a light on my head. He spotted me and asked me what I was doing, and I said, "Hey, I'm looking for, I can't remember, I think Danny or somebody that was there at the time." And he goes, "Oh yeah, hang on, just have a seat over here." I said, "Oh, cool, great." Walked over there, and he walked straight to security. And he said something, and the security guard came towards me. I was like, "Oh, man, I'm getting booted."
Yeah.
And the security guard looked at me, and he goes, and turned and went to the toilet. And they went and got the guy. They were just messing with me.
Oh, really?
But those were the days when you could hustle. You can't do that anymore.
No. Yeah. Kind of went away when COVID happened, and I don't know if
COVID
it's
killed it.
really come back since then. So
Yeah, COVID killed all the great hustle stories. Like what people would do,
yeah.
to get on movie sets,
Yeah.
So, and I made mistakes. I mean, I made big mistakes. I made mistakes on hustling one of the Hunger Games films.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I work in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've been a set dresser. I've done all this stuff. So if I need to get on, back in that day, if I needed to get on a movie studio, it was no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just call another production set dresser friend. Hey, can you get me on? And so I did that, and I went in, and they were like, "How'd you get here?" I said, "Oh, I know how to get on film sets.
Yeah.
Never worked on Hunger Games."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if that was the reason
Or
but
not.
and I asked one guy, and he told him I was a driver. This was up in North Carolina, and everything's going great. We're having a great conversation, and then he goes, "Hey, so can you act?" And me being a comedian, I looked at him and said, "I can act up." Never worked on that show. Never. I mean, the conversation immediately went cold. So these are,
Yeah.
lessons to learn.
You learn. Well, plus every coordinator is different.
Totally.
One coordinator would have, thought that was funny.
Hilarious.
So you never know. It's
hard
like
to read.
walking on thin ice, man.
Oh, man.
You're just careful every step you take. Yeah.
And stunt hustling is probably the thinnest ice there is. Mm-hmm. If you don't know that guy, man, the best bet is to always. I mean, the best bet in everything is to shoot straight and honest.
Right.
So that.
I mean, when I first started trying to hustle, this was like in probably '95, I think. It was the first time I learned and tried to hustle. And, man, it was so hard because you had to go down to the permit office, and you had to get the permits of where everything was shooting.
Oh, wow.
And then you'd go from the permit office, and LA had these places called stunt answering services.
Yep.
So I was with Bill, so I'd go up there, and he would know who was he would know who was coordinating every show. So you'd look at the permits, see where it's at, what show it is, and then he'd have the coordinator. So he'd say, okay, this is the coordinator you got to look for. And then you pull out your Thomas guide, and because the permits would have like the pages on it, so then you figure out where it's at, and you try to go map it out, and then you try to find the set, and then you try to get past security,
Dodging.
and then once you get on set, man, you don't know what the coordinator looks like because there's no IMDb.
No, man, you had it rough. Like you had it rough.
And so you're trying to, very subtly and secretly, like, ask about the coordinator without drawing too much attention to yourself, And then you finally find the guy, and now you got to find the nerve to go up and talk to him when he's not busy. Like, make sure it's not when he's in the middle of something and he's
Timing.
He's kind of off standing doing something, or not doing something, just watching or whatever. And then, I mean, you may have to wait there for a long time, hours sometimes, just to.
All while dodging.
All while you're dodging.
Yeah.
And it was hard, man.
I didn't have to do all that, man, and I can't imagine. Like you're an older hand than I am.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a challenge. Yeah. And I, to this day, I think I might have. I can only really account for maybe one, maybe two of my jobs coming from actually the hustle. Like every job was like being submitted by somebody or submitting through one of the stunt pages or whatever. Mm-hmm. I never even, except for maybe, I guess, that coordinators might remember you because they've seen you hustle, so they know you've been around a little bit at least. But just saying, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to hire you tomorrow. That happened like once maybe. So.
Matt, I figured it out a long time ago. I think I figured it out. I mean, I don't know, but stunt coordinators and people high in the stunt community, and excuse my language, but they like bitching shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're doing something that's bitching, they usually want to be a part of that, or know what you're doing or see it.
Right.
So, these X Games guys, these, crazy motocross guys, they want to see that. And that helps out a lot. If you're just, kind of Joe stunt guy,
right,
who's
it's tough.
It's tough. And now it's even
unless
tougher.
you're like, oh man, you'd be a great double, like
exactly.
something like that. Like you walk up and like they were looking for a double or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, but to hire you out, out of the blue is not. They're just not going to really do that. So
it's hard, and now it's even harder because the industry has shrank in the States, and so like you'll look at some of the big guy, big coordinators, and they'll post they're doing a commercial or they'll post their, and everybody that's standing there with them is other old guys, and I get it, I completely get it. That guy, what he can do.
Right.
You've been around him for 30 years. Why would you go and risk?
And risk it, yeah.
Exactly. So it's tough for, younger people to break in right now.
Yeah, it is.
And I hate it for them.
I mean, it's always been tough. I mean, like when I was starting out, like you said, they're not going to hire somebody you don't know. Plus, that was kind of before everybody had a reel and you could, show them something on your phone,
Yeah.
I was a live show guy, so I had live show stuff that could hurt you or help you, And I think it eventually helped me because live show guys started getting hired. And so then they could talk good about other live show guys or hire other live show guys. Yeah. Or, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know this guy. High Falls, yeah, he does 5 a day,
That live show thing's amazing.
That finally helped me out. But it took a while, to even get somebody to trust to hire you,
It's wild. I mean, the amount of just like stuff you have to do above training. Go to the right gym.
Yeah.
Talk to the right people.
Yeah.
The free stuff that you ultimately end up doing.
I feel like almost the best time was like maybe like 10, 15 years ago, because that's, everybody had cell phones at that time, and they could like submit for stuff on the internet, and they could like show stuff on their cell phones and show their social media or whatever. And so like you said, if you had some bitch and shit, you could show it, which helped a lot. And you could still hustle on set too. That was still okay. And submitting to stuff on Facebook or whatever. But then now, like ever since COVID, it's different. Hustling's different. There's a lot more people in the business and a lot less stuff going on here now. And
sheesh, I mean, we're 700 something members.
How many?
700 plus in the Georgia Stunt Professionals page. I mean,
when I came here in 2014, I think there was like 50.
I know. That's when I met you.
Yeah.
Do you remember where we met?
Yeah. Where we met?
Originals.
Huh?
Originals. Yeah.
Which one? Like, do you remember?
I don't remember what episode, but you were in a suit.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Yep. And I was assistant badger.
You were assistant badger? Okay.
I was assistant badger, yeah.
Yeah. A couple other guys, I think Spencer.
Yep.
Mulligan was there, and Derek was there.
That was the Vampire Fight Club night.
Yeah, because I think those guys were there for their parkour stuff. They were doing like Wolfman type stuff.
Yes,
I think.
because I got killed.
Yeah, so did I. I was a bodyguard of one of the.
Exactly.
I don't know who she was, but I guess one of the big shots, and then one of those guys killed me. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had to do this. Like faking a scream for like 35 seconds. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. That and wild lines. Those, I mean, I'll fall down. I'm fine with falling down.
Yeah.
But when I have to do wild lines and say, like one show I had to say the word bitch, and I had to say it like 70 different ways. It's like, this is the worst. It's terrible. So,
Oh man, some of
yeah,
the things you would never imagine you'd ever be doing in your life,
never
right?
imagine.
Saying bitch 70 times
I
different
know.
with a
And
different.
the thing of the stunt industry's changed. Back in the old guys' days, like you got called for a stunt gig. It's like, hey, can you be here Thursday? Yeah. Not, hey, can you drive a truck? Can you
Right.
ride a horse? No, it's like, all right, can you be here Thursday? Yeah. Okay. See you Thursday.
Yeah.
And you're there. Now it's, hey, can you be here Thursday? The gag is you have to drive a truck. The truck is a manual. Can you drive a manual?
Got to be very specific.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
And I can see it for specific stuff like wingsuit guys. You're not going to just call, a stunt guy.
Yeah,
you're going to call a
gonna-
wingsuit
yeah,
guy.
Right.
But for driving a manual,
It should be.
you should probably know how to drive a manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's getting, as the times change, the stunt industry changes, on little things like that. So
Yeah.
my last job, I drove a manual. That's why I was brought in. Not because I was a great stunt guy. I could drive a manual, and the actor couldn't. So there I am.
Yeah.
Now I was a rock crawler, but it's
Right.
a
You
manual,
still got to
and
be
the
able to
actor
do
couldn't
it.
drive a manual.
Yeah.
So there's opportunities in knowing how to drive a manual transmission, which sounds weird,
Right.
but there's opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's important. Yeah. When I started getting Naomi going down and training with the driving,
I've
and
seen
stuff,
her videos; they're great.
she's come along, man. She's
Yeah.
really good. But well, she grew up in Japan. Most people don't drive at all in Japan. So she got her license here, and I always drove a manual, but I never really taught her, on a manual or whatever. So I'm like, well, we got to get you good at driving a manual, and we were moving my mom across country from Colorado, and she had a little Suzuki stick, and all the rest of us were driving trailers, pulling something, but we had to get that car out there, so she had to learn and drive the car, from Colorado to here, in a snowstorm too. We were chased by a snowstorm. the whole
Trial
way.
by fire, man.
So yeah, so yeah, and then she's got her little Z out there as a stick. So she's gotten pretty
I'm
good.
gonna tell you, man, the best stunt driving I ever learned was driving to work. And the way I started, because the main thing about driving, in my opinion, is hitting a mark. If you can't hit a mark,
Yeah, right.
it doesn't matter if you can do 90s, 180s. If you can't hit a mark, it's the
You're
most
gonna be doing
basic.
that 90% of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just did it on the way to work. There's the fat lines you don't cross at stoplights. Left tire, inside of that line, far
Smart.
side of that line.
Smart.
And just every day going to work,
Yeah.
just hit the mark,
Yeah.
hit the mark, hit the mark. And then you hit the mark on, when they call action, you hit the mark.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing
great.
how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great little piece of advice right there.
Yeah, it's just simple, everyday stuff,
Yeah.
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 I don't know, that's just how I did it. And, I'm not the most active stunt guy out there, but
What is some memorable gags that you did that you can think of?
I did a 24-second, full body burn.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is huge.
Well-
That's huge, man.
Yeah, 24 seconds, the total length.
Okay.
But I shed layers throughout that. And I did
really?
that for Badger as well.
Okay. Was that originals or?
No, it was, I was trying to remember the name of this movie. It was a James Franco movie about unions.
About what?
Unions.
Unions. Okay.
Unionization. It was a John Steinbeck novel. I cannot remember the name of it.
Okay.
And it was me and Emily Brobst, if you know Emily, one of my favorite people. But 24 seconds on camera, 2 seconds on screen, because Emily doubled a child, and you can't light a child on fire.
Oh.
So I come out the front door, just wide open, down some steps, and then they cut it right as she came out. That
Still
was
probably
one.
looked amazing though.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And then I did a head burn, skin on head burn, which was pretty crazy.
Wow.
So like the whole right side of my head was gel and fire.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for like a
Did you also have a prosthetic or anything? No.
straight on. And I had a bushy beard. Didn't
Wow.
burn a single whisker.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, you can see the flickering over
Yeah.
your eyelid.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's cool. So they gelled you up, and then they used like that special kind of burnable, like
I don't know.
ignitable
No,
gel on top of that.
we
then?
used just a thicker gel. Like we didn't use the Action Factory skin on
Okay.
stuff, and then applied straight to it.
And then just put the fuel right on top of that. Okay.
And I was up maybe 3 to 4 seconds each go, and then they would cut and they would put an apple box. I'd sit down, tilt my head, reapply, re-go, and stand up and go. I think we did 3 or 4 takes. Did great.
That's cool.
It looked good.
Yeah.
It was a night shot too, so the
Oh yeah.
flames were all nice and neat.
Nice.
Yeah, those are probably 2 memorables. I did, some, jumps off buildings and stuff, which I'm not the high fall guy,
Yeah.
and those aren't even high falls. I mean, they're, they're 3 stories up. That's
Still pretty high though.
it's high, but when you think of like, Bob Brown
Yeah.
doing things,
he's-
that's a high fall.
Yeah, that's a
what I
different
did
level
was just
there.
a fall,
Where did you guys use boxes or porta pits or?
No, it was a
what?
pit.
A pit.
It was a pit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at night, and I'm not a heights guy, so I'm the first to be like no.
Yeah.
But they changed my gag in the middle of the day.
Oh really?
They were like, "Yeah, you're not running on the edge. We need you to go over." And so the coordinator asked, "Are you comfortable with that?" And I said, "I can do it. I don't like it, but I am capable of doing it and doing
Yeah.
it safely." So
Yeah.
I did it, and
Nice.
went fine.
Yeah.
And
High falls are hard to get, man. I mean,
they're in the mind, dude.
I was always the high fall guy in the stunt shows.
Yeah.
That was I was always that part. The guy gets shot on the roof at the end, spits blood or whatever, and does the high fall, or Waterworld doing the fire dive and stuff. But I think if I were to count all my high falls that I did, it's got to be in 10,000 plus. Because
that's amazing.
you're doing it literally, every single day, 5 times a day for years, And I never, except for once, did I ever do a high fall on film. It's
Really?
Yeah. It's like, first of all, they don't do them that much, really. Straight out high falls without a wire are pretty unheard of now, but they just don't do them that much. And like you said, if it's a high fall, there's like those 5 guys in the business that
You call.
they get the call.
Yeah.
If they're busy or if it's not that big a deal, okay, yeah, you can do it. But most of the time, yeah, it's a very specific thing. And there's like you said, Bob Brown. There's these 5 guys that
They're calling.
that's the automatic call.
Yeah, they're not sitting in the office going, "Man, we got this like 60-foot high fall.
Yeah.
Pull up the Georgia Stunt Professionals
Right.
page and let's pick some." No, they don't do that.
No, they don't do
No,
that.
they're calling. They're calling the guy. They know who to call immediately.
Yeah.
The thing with Georgia, and there's great people here. There's some people with some amazing talent here. But a lot of times, at least back in the beginning, it was if you're getting the call, you're, stunt cop 4, something like that.
Right.
And then once they come out, because a lot of my work in the early days came from out of town, coordinators, and it was because I was sliding into the office, because I happened to be on the show or something like that.
Right.
And so, it worked out great. Or with The Walking Dead, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and was called, to go down there. And, it's all about luck, really.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with it. Right, the right place, the right time, the right look. A lot of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, coming out to Georgia, I think was probably one of the best things, one of the best moves that I made because, many years I'd been doing stunts and doing live shows and stuff. It was still a struggle in LA, to get that gig. And, I was like, man, it's like, I don't want to be doing live shows forever,
Yeah.
And I was like, well, try going out to Georgia, see how it goes. And I still kept my position at my places because I didn't want to quit, not sure how it would go.
Yeah, it's a big leap.
But it's
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun
Yeah.
intended. But man, yeah, it was the right time for me. Like you said, there wasn't that many guys out here yet, and it was just right before it exploded.
Yeah, you came at the
It was like
opportune
almost
time.
like the perfect time.
You got here just in time to get settled
Mm-hmm.
and be a part of that wave from LA
Yeah,
and name recognition and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I did, which was another piece of advice I would always give to folks from Georgia. So I hopped a plane and went to a summer hustle in LA. Because in my mind, I was like, we're getting LA coordinators in.
Mm-hmm.
How can I expect them to take me seriously if I don't come out to their home territory and take them seriously?
Mm-hmm.
LA is OG. No matter what anyone wants to think or say, they're OG.
Yeah.
So I hopped it and I met up with some friends that I knew and went and hustled.
Mm-hmm.
Just went out to the summer hustle, stood in lines like everybody else.
Yeah.
And I ran in, and I had just done a show, Alvin and the Chipmunks,
Oh,
the
okay.
Road Chip,
Oh, yeah.
and I got ran into by Buddy Joe Hooker, like he hit me in a car, and I was
Nice.
in a cop car.
What a legend to be hit with,
man.
by, man.
Yeah, that guy is amazing. And so when I went out there, he was at the hustle,
Mm-hmm.
and
And did
saw
he
me.
remember you?
He 100%.
Nice.
He goes, Johnny Cooper, come here, and just like walked me around. This is my good friend
Oh,
Johnny
man.
Cooper. He's from Atlanta. Y'all need to
That's
hire
the
him.
best guy to have.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when as they came in, some remember, some didn't. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting work here and there,
Nice.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Buddy Joe, man. What a legend. I remember, hearing his name so many times through the years and watching his name in all the like best movies and credits and
man.
stuff,
I heard him in Hooper,
Yeah.
like his name on screen in Hooper.
Yeah.
And back then, it
Right,
it
that-
didn't click like
that
who's this Buddy Joe guy.
Yeah.
But now when I look back, I'm like, man, I heard him
Way back
35 years
because
ago.
they were announcing him, right? in
Yeah,
the
they were
movie.
saying they were trying to figure out who they could get to do the stunt. We could get Buddy Joe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the movie. And,
That's cool.
And now that I look back, I'm like, wow, it all clicks.
Yeah.
And the guy's just a beast.
And he is, and then finally got to work for him when he was here on Turn, doing that
Yeah.
series up in
Yep.
Virginia, I think it was. Yeah, and so got the call finally to go work for him, and I was like so excited, and it was a scene with the colonists are fighting the Patriots or whatever, and we're all charging in, and he wanted one guy to come charging in with a bayonet, and then the main guy kind of ducks underneath and kind of body lifts him up and throws him over and kind of flips him to a 3/4 to his back, right? And so he picked me because I was the new guy, to see what I could do. And I was like, that's awesome, because most of the time it's the other way around. Like, if you're the new guy, we're not going to give him anything too cool. I don't really know what he can do yet. But
Yeah.
Buddy Joe was like old school. He's like, oh, you're okay. Let's see what you got, man.
Give it to
Get in
me.
there and do it. And had a ball. Did it like, I don't know, man. We kept doing it like 13, 14, 15 times. And
Yeah.
finally, Buddy's just like, he's the guy's up to the director. He's like, okay, man, what are we doing here that you don't like? What can we change? Because I got a stunt guy here who's hitting the ground this many times, and if we don't need him to do that anymore, I'd rather not, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, that's cool.
That's pro.
Yeah, that's a pro. And the
That's
director was
pro.
like, oh yeah, we got it, buddy. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, because they aren't thinking.
They aren't thinking. They're just because he's like, yeah, can't you move in a little bit so you're not seeing my guy hit the ground or something? If you're getting some close ups, you know, he's in there directing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these directors just don't.
They don't know action.
That way. Yeah, they don't know action.
Yeah, they don't know action.
They don't realize that this stunt guy's doing it that many times, and not only that, he's got to adjust me every time I do it.
Exactly.
You know? So that's digging into his budget.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you made him hit the ground 15 times. That's about, how's 200 for the day? Yeah. That's my favorite saying, you know, whenever I see a gnarly stunt, I'm like, yeah, how's 200 for the day? You know? But that's a funny thing, you know, you get picked.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned early on, and one of the things that I always did was no matter what I was doing for the day,
mm-hmm.
it was knee pads, elbow pads, hip shorts.
Mm.
I would have them.
Yes.
I'd have them pulled down.
That's great advice.
I'd have them on.
Yeah.
And always hip shorts. Because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can throw knees and elbows on, but the hip shorts, you got to drop trout.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I would always have that on.
Mm-hmm.
And only because things change so fast. They may be like, hey, who's got pads?
Who's padded up? Yeah.
And you're the guy.
Yeah.
And opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may take a beating,
Mm-hmm.
but that guy's going to be like that guy.
Yeah.
You know, that, and always be like eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know, you can go stand where they tell you to go stand,
Mm-hmm.
you know, out of the way. Eyeballs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they're inevitably going to look.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to need something. And, you know, your eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
You, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is, you know, got their, you know, jacket off or their body armor sitting next to them or something.
Yeah.
You know, always keep that on.
Yeah.
You know, always be ready.
Right.
That's probably the best thing I could.
Always be ready.
Always
Yeah.
be ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's funny
Plus,
because
you
that
know,
was my ship's motto.
There's so many times that I've been on set, and I'm so glad that I put my knee pads on, because even if I'm not doing a stunt right then, like your character, you're playing a cop or whatever, and you got to be kneeling on the ground.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
man, kneeling on the ground, you know, on a concrete,
Yeah.
you know, for take after take after take, man, your knees are going, they're killing after a while, and you're like, oh, I wish I had my knee pads on right now. But,
And if you're going to die comfortably. I learned that lesson the hard way too. I was
don't try to look all cool. Just
I was
die
trying
in
to
a
look
nice,
super
comfortable
cool.
position.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting killed. This is awesome. And I'm all crinkled up like a pretzel. And yeah, 4 hours.
You're cramping.
Yep.
And die with your eyes closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your face away from camera.
And face away from camera.
Well,
Yeah.
just do everything you can. You know, people always thought they're like, oh man, I want to watch that thing you're in. I want to see you. I'm like, man, if I did my job right, you won't see
You
me.
won't see me. Yeah.
You know, you'll see the back of my head or, you know, my butt or, you know, something.
Yeah.
Something not me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Always something I kind of like to ask is when things are going haywire, you know, or the stress or the pressure or something is on.
Mm-hmm.
What is the way that you kind of keep your calm and keep focused?
So I like to ask myself, there's two things in any situation.
Mm-hmm.
What you can control and what you can't control.
Mm.
So when things are going haywire, I try and ask myself, can I change that? Is it me or is it them?
Mm.
And if I can't change it, I don't worry about it.
Mm.
And that way it becomes, can I do something? What I can control, I worry about. If I can't control it, I try not to worry about it, especially on a film set. Because there's so much stuff that's out of your control.
Right. That's great advice. I mean, it kind of goes right along with the old serenity prayer, right?
Yeah.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change and the courage to change the things I can. in the wisdom to know the difference.
I mean,
right?
if the shot's going haywire, I've always tried to not be the reason they have to have a second take. I try and go in, like the thing you and I have tomorrow. I'm like, tonight I'm going to be watching, videos of what I think should be, done. And then on the day, inevitably, they're not going to like it. They're not going to know it. And another thing I've learned is directors usually don't know what they want until they see it.
Until they see it.
Exactly. And so, I had another funny stunt story. I had a coordinator, and we were doing a car scene. And, we get there, and the coordinator's like, look, don't go over 25. No problem. Got you. Director comes up. John, goes, man, I need you to come in hot. Like, no problem. He goes, 50. I need you to do 50. I say, yes, sir. 50. No problem. Coordinator's like, I just winked, Came in at 25. Director's, how fast are you going? I said, 50. He said, hey, it doesn't look good. You need to go 60. I said, yes, sir, 60. Gotcha. 60. And I came in, and all I did was throw a little stink on it. Jerk the wheel a little bit. And he's like, that was great, Johnny. How fast are you going? I said, 60. Match his excitement.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Moving on. The coordinator, how fast do you go each time? 25. They don't know.
No.
The director has no clue.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the director, 9 times out of 10, they'll put you in a position that you don't want to be in.
That you don't want to be in.
So, if you're a stunt person.
Because they just think if it's not what they're wanting, they're just thinking you got to do it faster. Or harder.
More energy.
More energy.
Fast.
More energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't realize that
they have no
you
clue.
can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like you said.
It's the old racing thing.
Pizzazz on it.
Yeah. It's that old thing in racing, Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So, as a stunt person, you really have one boss, and that's the coordinator. Director can tell you 9,000 things, but you listen to that coordinator because that coordinator's job is to keep you and everybody else safe.
Yeah.
Right. So, and the director's job is to get the shot. So
right.
They meet.
And if it comes down to it, those two guys need to.
Yeah. They will meet somewhere.
They need to meet. They need to figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good coordinators will meet towards the safety and get the shot side. Other folks, sometimes you see them meet over here.
Right.
And then you got, sometimes there's trouble.
Right. But it's still the coordinator's call.
Yeah. The director will put it right on the coordinator.
Yeah.
And that's not saying directors are bad, but director has a whole different set of criteria of what he needs than what you need. And that's why stunts will get pushed to the end of the day, and it's like sit. Okay, guys, do dangerous things really quick.
Right.
So you just have to know what reasoning and all that and doing all the things that I've done through set, like art department, set dressing. I'm a Teamster now, so I've done transportation. I do picture cars, picture car captain. I've done my own filming stuff, my sizzles and stuff like that for ideas. You need to branch out. If you're a stunt person, in my mind, you need to branch out and kind of learn what everyone else does and how that plays into it. Because with picture cars, as a stunt performer and a coordinator, you work heavily with the picture car guys. And going into stuff, I can read the script and pretty much see what do we need. Do we need slide brakes in this car? Yes. We need to prep this car for slide brakes. Rolling cars, flipping cars, heavily involved.
That's great. I mean, you doing picture cars now, they coming from, a stunt side of things. So you can see that ahead of time. Like, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
they're needing a car that can do this, this, and this. Instead of being on set, because it's happened. Being a stunt guy, you're on set and you get a picture car.
That's crap.
That's crap.
Oh man,
It can't do anything that they're asking.
I can't tell you the amount of times.
Yeah.
We had one show, and we had 2 picture cars. One on the line, getting ready to go, getting ready to action, caught on fire.
Wow.
Then we put that out because we're safety in it. I'm not
Yeah.
working picture cars this one, but we're safety and then literally 100 yards down the road, they had another picture car stashed in a driveway. It caught on fire sitting still. So then I have to sprint.
What the hell is making these cars catch on fire, man?
They're just, some of these picture cars are just garbage, dude.
Wow.
I mean, they are. I mean, and if I have to get a garbage picture car, I'm the first one to tell the coordinator, say, look, here's my budget. Here's what I can get. I'm going to get my mechanic, if I have one. Now they're fighting that,
Yeah.
I'm going to get my mechanic to go through it, make sure it doesn't leak gas, make sure it stops. I don't know how the e-brake's going to work. We'll do our best. If we got to put turnbuckle or we got to figure out something, we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
But I being from the stunt world, I go and chat, with our stunt coordinators, and I mean, you have to, man, because you help them do their job. And if something goes wrong with the picture car, or sometimes it goes wrong with the driver, the picture car gets blamed.
Yeah.
100%. That's just how it is. You're the scapegoat. The
Right.
stunt guys do no wrong.
Yeah.
Picture car was crap.
Can always blame it on the picture car, man.
Yeah, totally. But you know what? And a lot of times when they see me there, they know that might not be the correct course.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll take it. I'm like, hey, this is what the budget you gave me. This is the picture car I got.
Yeah.
This, wasn't a stunt guy. So I've been known to do that and take a little heat for that too. But luckily I've been, the shows that I've done, they haven't been too terribly intensive. Like we had, we prepped 4 cars on the last one with brakes, and barely even used them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? You put the hydraulic e-brakes in them? Or?
Yeah. We put foots in there.
Yeah.
Pass-throughs, which I don't like pass-throughs.
Yeah.
They're really hard to push.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a pass-through liker.
Yeah.
But if I can get, hands and extra calipers, I totally do. And the picture car guy, the mechanic that I use, I love him to death. Mike Connell, he's amazing. That guy can do anything. And he's good at making them work.
Nice.
Especially in a pinch,
Yeah.
Like the last one we had some Chargers, and the gag was drive out of the driveway fast, slide this way, go down the road, slide that way. Great. Come the day, they want a standing burnout, full lock drifts. I mean, it just completely
different.
blew up past where it was.
Wow.
10 minutes, Mike Connell had it ready.
Wow.
Yeah, dude's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic guy.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy you want on set.
So, and you have that, and this is 3:00 in the morning. So when you're under the gun on a film set, and I don't think anybody understands pressure until you're under the gun, standing in front of 110 people, all getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to stand there and watch your stuff screw up.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that in the world, man. I mean, I'm sure,
Because you're right,
combat is.
Like
but
you said, it's so many times it's pushed till the end of the day. So now you could be already running into overtime.
Totally.
For all those people on set. And
Yeah.
not just the overtime, but also a lot of them are tired. And
Or you're fighting
irritated.
light.
Huh?
Fighting light's the worst.
What, hanging lights?
Fighting light. Like when you're coming up to sunset,
Oh, fighting
or you're
the
coming
light.
up to
Yeah, yeah,
daybreak.
Yeah.
Dude.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Either the light losing the light, or
Yep.
they need a night shot and the light's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then that's when they haven't talked to you about this. The whole up to the day leading to this. Like that's what they did with us on the Charger thing. It's like, we're doing this. Yep, that's what we're doing. Great. 10 minutes before we're supposed to go, they're like, oh no, we want to do this. And that's the worst words you ever want to hear. Wouldn't it be great if? It's like, oh man, it's all going to pot right here. Just take it out the window, dude. Yeah. So
Yeah. So I always like to talk too, kind of off of the stunt subject a little bit. When you're not thinking about stunts and that's not occupying your mind, what do you think about? Like, are there, conspiracy theories out there you ponder about, or political situations going on, or
man,
religion, or what kind of occupies your mental space?
In my relaxation,
yeah,
a video game.
Video gaming?
I do, and I build stuff in virtual worlds.
Oh, really?
And for me, that's therapeutic and calm. I also camp.
Okay.
I like taking off and just riding around and really spending time.
When you say camp, you're kind of going way out up in the.
I go in the mountains. Yeah, I go in the mountains, in the woods.
Yeah. Not just your typical campground.
No. I mean, I'll go to campgrounds. I like campgrounds because they have power. But I have the ability in my van to go
off grid.
Totally off grid. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's cool,
Mm-hmm.
But like my wife and I, we'll go. Like we like to go to the mountains and catch an Airbnb or catch a hotel or, just cruise around.
Yeah.
We like that sort of thing. And I'm a firm believer in weekend stuff. Like I'm putting together a channel that's all it is. It's like you got 52 weekends in a year. That's almost 2 months of camping in just one night. Almost 2 months of camping without even dipping into vacation or sick days. So
cool.
Just get in your thing and go.
Yeah.
But I love video games. I love virtual worlds. I love, the stories and just kind of getting lost in them. And, I'm definitely not.
So I don't know that much about all that. So like when you say building stuff in a virtual world,
just
what is that exactly?
So like building, like I like drifting in virtual. And so, you'll build a car, you'll build a mountain, build a course.
Oh, wow. That's
cool. I mean, you put it all together. And some of these games have car
That's
club.
a game that you can do that in?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you can do it in. There's a bunch that you
that's
can do
cool.
it in. And that people have full sim racing rigs.
Yeah.
That do it. But I like spaceships. I'm a huge spaceship guy.
Oh, really?
Space shuttle guy.
Yeah.
That's why I like vans so much, because they're like a little space shuttle, which is nerdy, but I don't care.
I love it.
It works. I'm definitely not.
So you like study them, about them or something, or
Yeah, I just like the looks of them. I like
like the
things
looks
that
of
look like spaceships or look like space shuttles.
Okay.
Or, I don't know, man. I've always been kind of a fantasy, sci-fi reader.
Oh, yeah. Like kind of what's some of the stuff you like?
I'm a huge fan of the Dresden Files. If you know about the Dresden Files,
I don't know that one.
It's a fantasy. It's about a wizard who's the only wizard in the phone book in Chicago. Kind of all the weird stuff he gets into. The Bobaverse.
The Bobaverse.
Books. Yeah, the Bobaverse is about a guy who dies in our time, and then he wakes up as almost an AI type thing, and they put him on a spaceship, and he goes out to colonize stuff.
Wow, that sounds really interesting.
It's pretty neat books.
Yeah,
a lot of philosophy, kind of a lot of thinking and stuff in that. I just like it.
That's cool.
I get to come home and just sit back and, every bit of, what happened through the day, I can lock it all away by focusing on something else.
It's a great way to do it. Plus it's, it's more creative than just scrolling on your phone or
Yeah,
turning on
just sitting there.
Netflix, right?
On Facebook,
Yeah.
scrolling. I dabble in the politics stuff, but I don't talk about it
Yeah.
because it's such a supercharged issue.
Yeah. Especially
Golly,
nowadays.
man,
It's
I've seen
out of
friendships
control,
and
man.
whole groups just fall apart from
Yeah.
it. It's like, I was in the military, so everybody's opinion holds weight. Everybody gets respect. Whether I agree with it, think it's dumb, whatever. It's your right to say it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Well, there should be a lot more people like that nowadays, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so polar now. It's
Yeah.
so supercharged. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Nobody listens to the other side.
No.
Even if there's good points on either side.
So
because
you
it's
just
the
end
other
up
side,
talking at people. And then they don't listen to what you said and talk right back at you.
right.
So it's like you're just traffic passing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm not the typical stunt performer who's in the gym, training, running. I mean, look at me. I'm not that guy, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going after the same role. Like my last few doubling things have been portlier men, girthier men. And so that's where I'm at now. I'm 56. So it's like,
Nice. Good for you, man. Look
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah, I'm at the twilight of my career. I'm not jumping off buildings anymore, or doing 28 beat fights. I'm getting punched in the face and cleared out of the scene. That's me now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And that's cool. I mean, where you're at,
Yeah.
and that's a good place to be in, I think,
Yeah, I'm not lying and saying,
Right.
that's the one thing I've done my whole career. It's like, if I can't do something or I have a doubt that I can't do it, you'll definitely know it. I'm not going to be the guy that gets there, falls off the dock, and then can't swim.
Yeah.
I'm not that
You don't
dude.
want to be that guy.
No. Golly, man. You'd never want to be that guy. Sheesh. That word gets around fast.
Yeah, it does. Small world.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a weird thing. It's like, it looks like a big community, but it's not. It is a tiny, tiny community.
Yeah. And things get around fast.
If there's an Inuit stunt guy in Alaska, he's going to know you were that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that quick. So you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but for people coming into the business nowadays, and I know you said, it's a rough time, but what do you think, what's some advice for them, be helpful for them?
I think in this day and age, you are the company you keep. And you have to be genuine. I hang out with a group of guys, and they're fantastic. And I'm not hanging out with them because I think they can get me work. And they don't hang out with each other because they think they can get each other work.
Right.
They genuinely enjoy hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And I hang out with them, and every time, I'm kind of on, not really like 100% in with them all the time. I'm older and they're not, but we go and eat, every week or, whatever. And they have people that try and hang out with them just to get work. And you spot it.
You can see it a mile away. Yeah.
Dude, I think what was it? Super Troopers. Desperation is a stinky cologne. And you can see these people, So if you're going to make it, be good at what you can do, say, be honest at what you can do, and keep good company, and keep that company because you like those people, not because those people are stepping stone. Just be genuine and honest, man. That's probably the best thing.
That's cool. That's great advice.
Because I've learned this. You can teach someone's skill. You cannot teach attitude. And if you're going to I mean, you're well aware of this, I know. If you're somebody who no one can stand to be around for more than 6 hours, you'll never make it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you can do triple backflips off of the Goodyear
Right.
blimp.
Yeah.
If someone cannot stand to be around you on set for 13, 14, 15-hour day,
Yeah.
you're not coming
You're
back.
not coming back. Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Just be cool.
Yeah.
And that and as I'm, going around to these sets now, especially after COVID, it's like I see people and I know it's like, no, that guy's cool, that guy's cool, that guy's cool. That girl's cool, that girl's cool, that girl's cool.
Yeah.
Because the and I have, another dirty word, but the shit hearts are getting phased out. And it's it's just
Shit hearts.
yeah, the shit hearts. Yeah, they're getting phased out because there's just not, it's not like it was 5, 6,
Right.
10
There's
years
just
ago
not that much work.
when it's like there's 30 productions and 19 big ones are in, and I don't have to, this guy's not working. I don't have to bring you in knowing you're a kind of a pain in the butt.
Right.
I don't need to bring you in.
Yeah.
Because now, I got this guy.
Right.
And it's funny, when you were at the very beginning, and I see all your amazing awards up there, and they're awesome. On Avengers, I was only in one Avengers.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was in Infinity War.
Infinity
I
War.
wasn't in Endgame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I got the nomination for Infinity War, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. And then I won for Endgame. Like, holy mackerel. I won a SAG award for something I wasn't even in. This is awesome. And when you know how they do that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's a couple of these, like, there's a couple I'm proud of, and the other ones I'm like, I was just one guy among
one
many
cog in the wheel,
on
man. But that's
some
the
random
thing.
day. Like, I didn't do anything. It's
all
funny,
right,
like, get an award for something. I feel like I didn't do anything and don't deserve an award. And then the coolest stuff that you do, nobody knows about, and nobody cares. And I'm like, all right, I'll hang the award because that makes up for all the other things, the cool things I've done that have gotten zero credit. So.
But man, I will say this: being a cog in the wheel is just as glorious and important as being the guy.
Yeah.
The safety guy,
Right.
looking out for that guy, is just as important and amazing as this guy.
Yep. Yep.
Because I watched this guy and he said this, and it it always stuck with me. It's like, and it just left my head. I mean, that fast. I had it right there on the tip of my tongue.
That's what happens when you get in 50s. Man.
I know,
It happens
man.
to
When
me
you
all
get
the
in your
time.
mid-50s,
Happens to me all the time.
yeah. But you know what? You're as important. Oh, that's what it is. A team. If there's a team, and the any one of those team who thinks the other guy, what his wants and needs are more important than his own, if that whole team thinks like that, unbeatable. Can't do. You can't. And and that's the thing. Like these guys that I know, they're just. It's like they all care about each other.
Yeah.
And it just all boats rise with the tide.
Sure.
And some tides are stronger than others. So. Yeah, man, the cog in the wheel is just as important because if that cog comes out, the wheel will keep going.
I love that. It's a great way to look at it, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think my favorite award is one I made for myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because, as we all know, stunts have not had Oscars forever. Now the coordinators are getting it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think, coordinators are, he's the coordinator.
Except it's an action designer.
Action designer, yes.
Yeah.
But, for a long time, they kind of got the swamp end of the stick. Stunts have gotten the swamp end of the stick.
Yeah.
For as far back as you can remember. And so I made myself an Oscar. And I downloaded an Oscar and I changed the name. And it was was Johnny Cooper, you know, amazing stunt performance in whatever I put on there. And then it said, LOL, yeah, right. And it had a bird finger. And that's the one I have up in my office.
Oh, that's funny.
That's the one I keep
That's the one you
on
keep
the wall. Yeah, because, you know, why not?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, what was it in Blazing Saddles when he said, you know, we got to protect our phony baloney jobs, gentlemen. And that's what, you know, we work in the phony baloney, but what we do in that phony baloney is incredibly real and dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
So if you look at it that way,
Yeah.
you know, you don't need to be the guy that's the camera's firing down. You don't need all the hoopla. Just do your job.
Just do your job. Yeah.
That's
Exactly. Yeah. Great. That's great advice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because there's more times than often you're not going to be the guy.
No.
You're going to have to be there to support, and, you know, that's just as important, you know.
Totally.
And like you said, being that extra set of eyes or hands or, you know, person to move the pad or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and be ready.
Yeah.
You know, be ready to clean pads. Be that guy. You know, I've run into stunt guys that just, well, I'm not cleaning pads. That's beneath me. Well, then the job is beneath you. You know, because the pads are an extension of you. Without those pads, you're hurting, bro. So clean the pads.
Yeah.
You know, help move the pads.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on shows where I'm the picture car guy. You know, and I'm walking past, and you know, stunt guys are moving pads. I'm like, let me grab one of them pads. You know, it only helps you. You know, it helps your psyche. It helps your job prospects. It helps everything, man.
Right.
Just be helpful.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. You know, being a Teamster. You know, as you see Teamsters, a lot of them just sit around. But there's a method to that madness of why they sit around. And, you know, everybody's got a job, man. You know, whatever you're doing is your job. You do it. Don't do somebody else's. Don't worry about someone else's.
Yeah. That's an important thing, like you said.
That's the problem is that too many people.
Trying to do
It's a
somebody else's
fairness
job.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, that's not fair. I'm cleaning these pads. He's sitting over there.
Yeah.
So, clean the pad.
Yeah.
And shut that mouth. There'll be a day when he's cleaning pads and you're sitting over there. 'Cause maybe he just got done doing a 20-foot high fall, 20-foot low fall, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
He's chilling.
Yeah.
You know, you're cleaning.
Yeah.
Clean them.
Yeah. And you know, like it gets noticed. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The coordinators, they notice that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I think what was that? The Butthole Surfer song. And the chorus was like, you never know how you look through other people's eyes. So, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
you may think you're the hero in that story, but you're the villain.
Yeah.
You know, you're the guy sitting around not
Right.
doing anything, just complaining all the time.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? You're not getting a call back. I think we were on Fast 7 and a guy didn't get a call back. And he was upset, you know, and I'm like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
I hate it because I love the guy. You're a great guy.
Maybe. Yeah. You just gotta sit back and go, wonder what I did or didn't do.
Yeah. What happened? You know.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't self-reflect on a lot of things.
Yeah, I think so.
They're just
It's
like,
just put the blame somewhere else.
yeah. Oh, I'm not getting called back. That was, you know, so and so messed me up. It's like, no, man. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard to look inside.
I'm the opposite. Almost too much, unfortunately, man. Like after I work, I nitpick myself apart. I'm like, did I screw up a little bit here? Or I wonder, you know, did I screw up a little bit there? And I'm like, almost like ultra, you know, being
Hard
too
on
picky
yourself,
sometimes,
yeah.
thinking too much. But I think it, you know, it can help to definitely be critical, but not overly critical. You know,
Yeah, you can't come down on yourself
you
too
can't.
hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to crush
You
your own
can't beat
spirit.
yourself up. Like, if you did make an honest mistake, like, just recognize it and then try to do better next time. You know.
And you know what? Own up to it. If you make a mistake
Yeah.
and something happens on set and you're the cause of that mistake, you better be the first one that's like, nope, that wasn't him, bro. That was me.
Yeah.
because that gets noticed too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, he botched it, but he took accountability.
Accountability.
And,
Sure.
too many times people get that syrup in them. They get all, I'm the baddest. I'm awesome. I
Yeah.
did this.
Yeah.
And you're only as good, as your last job.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do on that last job?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's something interesting. I think you'd find it very interesting. And it's a guy named Curtis Crow. And Curtis Crow was the drummer for a band in Athens called Pylon.
Mm.
But he's also an LA construction coordinator. And he does a lot here in Georgia now. And so he wrote a 10 Commandments of filmmaking.
Hmm.
And it's a brutal, just here's the thing. And one of his commandments was it takes 10 attaboys to erase one oh shit.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what it takes.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think and another was the schedule is God, the budget is Jesus, or it's reversed, and you may not F with any of them. and that is so true. I mean, and I have a whole new, after doing picture car stuff, I have a whole new respect and appreciation for coordinators. As a coordinator, you're the stunt coordinator, right? Everybody knows that, but you're also the department head.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as the department head, you sit in on meetings, lots and lots of meetings. Mm-hmm. And as the picture car captain coordinator, I sit in on meetings, lots of meetings. Mm-hmm. The last movie we did, we had a 9.5 hour production meeting.
Oh my word!
Usually these things last about 4 hours. Script breakdowns.
Wow.
And this thing had video presentations of things I can't say. Dirty things I can't say. Video presentations. Like HR would not approve of these things. And it's just amazing to sit in them. And as a coordinator, and you will run into, on our end, they're like, oh, we pushed. Mm-hmm. Your day got changed to this. Mm-hmm. But that's just one in probably 40 script revisions that come out.
Right.
I mean, some of these things you get on, you got the green and the pink and the blue, and then you're on like double salmon. And every time that happens, a new Day of Days comes out. Mm-hmm. And a new shooting schedule comes out.
Yeah.
And so then you got to go in and revamp everything. And everybody you've hired, you got to change them.
Yeah.
If your shots are affected.
Yeah.
As a picture car
It's
guy.
It's gotta be so frustrating.
Oh my God.
It's gotta be so frustrating, man.
As a picture car guy, I got to call every vendor of cars I'm using that day and bump them, push them, and hopefully they aren't spoken for.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
Huh.
So I have after doing that, I have a world of new respect for stunt coordinators. And I see why they need assistants, and I see why they need helpers.
Yeah. Right.
And it's, second units, splinter units. It's just amazing. So they got my kudos.
Yeah.
Because stunts is crazier than picture cars by 100%. So.
Yeah. Respect those guys a lot, man. What they do. So what do you think the business is going to be looking like here in the next 5 years or so? The AI and all the things coming down the pipe.
I think, this is my personal opinion, and it's based on nothing except talking to a few people at different union halls. I think this will be a decent year. I think it's going to be better than last year.
Oh, that's great news.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an uptick coming. We will never be back to where we were. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No matter really what. I think the streaming bubble I think the streaming in general has killed the box office.
Yes. It has.
Nobody wants to go to movies anymore, because the movies that do happen to get made, are awful. I mean, a lot of the stuff coming out today is just
and
terrible.
the way ticket prices jump up.
Ticket prices.
If you go to the movie and
Yes.
buy 2 tickets and popcorn, you're already $50.
And nobody cares that they're there. So they're on their phone, they're talking. The whole movie experience is bad at the moment. And just seeing some of the like knowing script writers and knowing people who, are trying to get movies made, seeing what they're greenlighting now is disheartening. And some of these movies are coming out and used to be, I mean, you're near me in age.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close. You said what? You're 50 what? 6?
56.
I'm 52.
Yeah, so we're you can remember in the 80s, like every weekend, lines out the wazoo.
Yeah.
And all the stunt guys from the 80s remember that because their residuals are fantastic. But you remember that. I mean, going to the movie was the thing. You knew everything that was coming out within a 6-month window, and you didn't even have the internet.
No.
Like you knew. You fought people in traffic to not miss the previews. I know I did.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Star Wars came out.
Yeah.
So what year did Star
70.
Star Wars come out?
The original one was like 77, I think.
77?
Something like that.
Okay. So that means I was only like 4.
Yeah.
But I remember going to that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember because we stood in a line that went out around the building.
Yes.
To get in to watch that movie. And I still have that memory.
And then when you got out, you wanted space toys. And there weren't any.
Yeah.
Because there weren't any brand deals at that point in time. But nowadays, I have the internet. I have a smarter than me phone that can tell me anything I want to know. And I couldn't tell you 6 of the 8 movies that are out this weekend.
I couldn't either.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I know they're going to be crap.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point.
I mean, it's crap, but I see it. I see why too. Like because there's already been so many great stories told.
Yeah.
It's like, where do we go from here? So they're really digging now. They're really digging to try to.
Yeah, and nobody
something.
wants fresh stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we say that, we want fresh ideas. But I think the general public doesn't really much care because fresh ideas come. I'll give case in point, one of my favorite movies is Bright.
Bright?
Bright, which is a Will Smith movie. And it's about trolls and fairies are like, they come out of the woodwork and they're in regular everyday life. So there's like I think they're trolls. Are they trolls? I think they're trolls. They're police officers and, and a magic wand gets loose on the city. Fantastic, bright idea. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And the fighting was fantastic.
I
loved
check it out.
Panned. Just got torn up. Nobody liked it. But it had a great story. It had great world building.
Yeah.
It had, good characters, fantastic special effects, awesome fighting. I mean, it just had it all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true too. Something does come out and then it gets torn to pieces.
Yeah. Because it's not a sequel. And then everybody's like, we don't want another sequel. But you really do.
You really do. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the Batman stuff. It's all the Joker or, something.
Well, it's not just sequels. It's complete different imaginings of it, of a universe or whatever.
Of the same thing.
Of the same thing. Yeah.
It's all a cash grab. It's really all it is. Yeah. And it's terrible. I think that goes back to Hollywood is not run by filmmakers anymore. It's run by hedge funds and banks.
Sure. They're going with a safe bet.
That's it. Shareholders. And so the art's gone.
Yeah.
The story's gone. It's like, okay, well.
Which kind of is disheartening because, especially now with thinking how AI is coming into every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Not just the stunts.
AI is scary,
every
dude.
aspect, the writing, all of it, visual effects and stuff. But like how it's coming in. But if people are like, yeah, we just want the, or the producers are like, yeah, just keep giving them the same stuff.
That's it.
And you don't have to be that creative, and yeah, or can just whip stuff up, send it out like that.
Yeah. You know what else I think is a problem, and it may just be me, but having done a couple of films now, where I'm on set watching everything that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the respect factor is gone for the positions.
Mm.
I did one, and it's like the producers and the director button heads.
Hmm.
And then the director really can't make the movie in his vision,
Mm-hmm.
so he checks out.
Mm.
I think the respect is gone.
Interesting. I have to pay more attention to that.
Yeah,
next time
and the
I'm on set.
decorum is gone. I mean, you go around a movie set and people look like they stepped off, right out of a hobo shanty, came to work.
Yeah.
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 Torn clothing, just,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? I get it. It's one of the few places you can actively smoke weed if you want, I don't have CDL. But it's one of the places you can do that. But,
Yeah.
have some sense of decorum.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if you brought that back, people would have more respect in their craft and what they're doing. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. That's an interesting take. I think it kind of makes sense though,
Yeah. I mean, if you don't respect what you're doing, you're not going to put out something to be respected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just respect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, I think, have lost that. And I think it's a sign of the times more than it is, a sign of the film, film world. It's, I think a lot of people are downtrodden in this time.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
feel like
malaise,
there's a
general
lot of-
malaise.
A lot of burnout.
Totally.
Yeah. Right now.
A lot of
I mean,
burnout.
I feel it myself sometimes a lot too,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like burnout, just like, what next? Like, and then it's like, well, okay, do I have the energy and the motivation to do what I need to do to go that direction?
Yeah.
Before, it was just like, yeah, let's go get it. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know, do I want to put all that
age,
effort
too.
in?
That's us getting old, man. We're
Is
like,
that what it is?
I could go chase after that, but that's going to require me. I find it hard to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
As the older I get,
Yeah.
like, man, this chair is comfy, dude. I
Yeah.
might just sit here a little while longer, and then you miss opportunities.
Yeah.
But then there's also that general thing. It's like, man, how much badder can it get, and how much badder can I sustain? And I mean, we're in the film industry in Georgia, so we're basically the frogs in the pot. Because we're in our 50s, and it's like, man, I know there's a downturn, it's a big downturn, and we as stunt people, we have a finite time,
Right.
And
Right.
it's like, do I get out now and learn something else?
Right.
Like learn to code, or
Yeah.
start a junk hauling business or something? Or do I sit here a little while longer because I hear it's going to be better?
Yeah.
And then 2-3 years down the road, it ain't got better.
It got better.
And that's where we're at right now. We're at 2 to 3 years down the road, and it hasn't really gotten better.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's going to get better this year. I have it on good authority it is, but that's never until until the trailer has your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all hyperbole.
Yeah, it is.
And speculation. So it's hard to be older in this business. Young folks, they if they don't make it, they got years to figure it out.
They got years to figure it out, or to go in a different direction.
Totally. Yeah. Us,
Yeah.
we're kind of here, man.
Yeah.
We got beards.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
It's tough, man. I mean, I've tried, I had thought about trying to go down the coordinator road, and it just never really panned out. I think I only have myself to blame probably because I didn't push it hard enough, Kind of thought it would happen more organically than it did, and so then it's okay. Maybe do some rigging. Same thing. I'd go that direction, and then I'd start getting performing work again, and I want to do that's what I want to do. Right? So then you kind of wander off, and now you have to go back and try to relearn it.
Yeah, you start
back again. Same with driving. Same with acting. Same with all these different because each one is a different discipline. You can do all of them pretty good, but you can't do them. You've got to, if you want to pick one, you got to be really good. Then you kind of have to focus on it.
I talked to a guy, a picture car guy, because I was looking for work. And I was like, hey, I know you got, your people. I know you're a captain. And I never want to step on anybody's job. But if you happen to get a second show or something, keep me in mind. And he said, I'll be blunt. And he said, I don't hire people to captain for me unless they've worked for me in a different area. And if you're willing to do that, I'll keep you in mind. And I said, I'll be blunt back. You have a picture car hauler, picture car mechanic, picture car captain. I said, there's better haulers than I am. There's way better mechanics than I am. So why would you hire me to do that? And he said, that's a very good point. So you going into rigging, or you going into driving, or you going into, whatever it is, specialized skill, you're now trying to compete with the guys who have done that skill since they were the beginning. So it's a hard road.
It is, yeah.
As a coordinator, it's even harder.
Right.
Because you're not just beholden to a coordinator hiring you. You now have to build a network of producers that will hire you.
Yeah, that's a
because
whole
that's
level.
where the job comes from.
That's a whole other level, yeah.
And a funny thing is a lot of Teamsters, not a lot, but there's Teamsters out there who have become producers because, they're driving an SUV, a cast driver, and they're driving a producer around.
Yeah.
I drove the Rocks guy around. I drove the number 2 at Warner Brothers around. And as the team, I showed him my sizzle reel, because I'm riding around with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I shot this over COVID. Do you mind giving me your opinion on it? Same with an executive from the last movie.
Nice.
So I learned long ago, a lot of people come in and they're like, I'm going to be a stunt guy. That's it. It's all I've ever wanted to do. Not going to look at anything else. And when I came in, I was like, yeah, I want to be a stunt guy. And a Teamster woke me up one day. And he said, and he talks like this. He's like, hey, dude, you need to join the Teamsters. And I was like, why? I want to be a stunt guy. That's all I want to do. He goes, that stunt shit's going to hurt one day. You need to join the Teamsters.
Smart
and I
man,
was like,
smart man.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And it took about a year. And then one day it hurt. And I was like, ooh. I was down with a hernia surgery injury. And I was like, yeah. So I went and joined. Because, you can focus on what you want to be 110%. But you should always never be stuck on a highway. Always have off ramps. And so that's what I did. And so, while a lot of my work past couple years has been with the Teamsters, and luckily I got in right before they closed down. Like they're not bringing anybody else in.
Yeah, because that's a tough one to get into.
It's a very tough one to get into.
Really tough.
And it just happened. I called him and I said, hey, man, stunts are hurting. And he goes, told you. He goes, they're opening the list tomorrow. Go.
Wow.
So I went down there and joined up.
Wow.
And luckily I did because I think they opened it once or twice more after I got in. And that was it. And my first job, I was driving Carrie Underwood's mobile gym on a tour, music tour. And he called. He goes, "Hey, I need you here." I was like, "Great." We're at the last stop of the tour. Ran back to Tennessee, parked the truck, got my car, was in the next morning. You know, I mean, I spent 3 days crossing Iowa 80 in 3 snowstorms to get back, and rolled. I mean, I got in the Teamsters and just rolled. And there's a trade-off for that, because if you're a stunt guy and you start doing other things, immediately they're like, "Oh,
He's not serious.
he's not serious."
Yeah.
So you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, that and injuries. Injuries are the same thing. Never tell anybody you're hurt.
Yeah.
Because if you do, 10 years later,
They'll still
that
think
guy's
you're
going to go, "Hey, how's that injury come along?" It's like, "Dude, that was 10 years ago, man." He goes, "Well, I don't know." And it goes to what we were
Same
talking
thing,
about.
Like never tell them you're out of town either.
Never tell him you're out of town.
Yeah.
There's one guy.
Like 6 months later, you were out of town for the weekend.
Yeah.
You just happened to miss that one call. 6
that
months
one
later,
call.
oh, you're back in town?
Yeah. I was back in town 8 years ago, bro. There's one coordinator I've always wanted to work for. I've worked with. Love him. He's dry and he's just funny. I've had to turn him down twice. Never called again.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, you know, I really want to work for you." He goes, "Oh, man, you know, every time I call you, you know." It's like,
Every time I
"Gosh
call you,
darn it."
twice in 7 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Twice in 7 years I had to turn you down. But it was because I was working as a Teamster. So,
Right. Yeah.
you know, there's that you got to deal with. You just got to, you know, it's a minefield,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it is.
But you need to be, especially as the older you get, because what's the stunt progression? You come in, you fight, you fall, you do all that, and then you move towards.
Either go coordinating, rigging, driving.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Some go acting, you know, or
Yeah.
like the big guys directing, you know.
yeah,
But
which is
usually you got to
amazing.
go to the coordinating before you go that directing
Yeah.
route. There's
I mean,
just-
people like Rementer.
yeah.
Like, I love Rementer.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, he's on fast track, and we need, you know, film needs guys like Rementer, Hargrave, you know, Stahelski, all those guys. They need them,
Right.
because some of these directors are just, you know, fish hands. You know what I mean? They're just, ugh.
Yeah.
They can't do anything.
Right.
I mean, I've been on shows where they had to bring people in and you know, babysit the director
Yeah.
because they didn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because they bring people in from YouTube and TikTok and music videos, and they got no clue.
Man. Yeah.
So we need guys like that. But like guys like me, I'm never going to be a Stahelski. I'm never going to be a, you know, Corey Eubanks or somebody. I'm never going to be that guy. You know, those guys are amazing. So I had to keep my options open, you know, because I didn't come in at 18, 19.
Right.
I came in at almost 40.
Yeah.
I mean, so, you know, I've had a fantastic career, and everybody that's hired me, I love them, you know, but I kept my options open. And there's so much stuff you can do in film, you know, that you can,
It's true. That's true.
you know, keep your options open, because what if you get hurt? What are you going to do?
Yeah. It's always good to have backup plan B.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a real job in 20 years,
Yeah. I know.
you know, so I'm like, I don't have a resume.
Me neither, man. That's the thing. It's like if I try to go find a job, like
Yeah.
they look at them like you're a stunt man. What
You're a stunt man.
what am I supposed to do with this? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's super cool, but how do you handle customer service?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we live
Can
on
you
the
flip a
fringe,
burger?
man. Yeah, that's great. So it looks like you did this 20 years ago.
What you've been doing since?
Yeah, what's been happening here? So, you know, you gotta, like I said, we live on the fringe.
Yeah, we
So
sure do, man.
living on the fringe, you know,
Yeah,
you got to really be
creative
cognizant.
sometimes too. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
yeah. And keep your options open, willing to sometimes step down and do things that you didn't think
Yeah.
you'd be doing again. But you know.
Nothing is beneath you, man. You know, I would had a coordinator I got coffee for, you know, and people are like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "They want coffee.
Yeah,
I'm going to Crafty.
And the coordinator's 20 years younger than you.
Yeah, totally. Don't care.
Yep.
You know, I've worked for coordinators that, man, they're younger than my stepson.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's another thing
matter.
I see
Yeah.
people don't do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I worked for a guy, he's probably 26.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, every time on the radio, hey, Coop, we need you to do this. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Copy you, sir. Mm-hmm. Sir. Mm-hmm. You don't, he's the guy. Mm-hmm. You know, you treat him as you do any other, you treat him as you do Jack Gill.
Yeah.
You know, yes, sir, because it's a position.
It's the title. Yeah.
It's the title.
It's the
and
title.
You're a stunt guy. You know, you're no better than him. You're no bigger than him.
Yeah.
And that's what I see a lot of in all kinds of departments when I'm running around film sets. It's like people are like, yeah, bro, you know, yeah, bro.
I hate that word. I'm sorry, dude.
You know, I hate it, bro, but I don't like it in a professional setting.
In a professional setting, or like when a stranger calls you bro.
Yeah.
That's
gets
a little
under
weird. My skin.
That's a little weird, yeah.
Because then it's usually there is some kind of derogatory way they're using it. You
Yeah.
know? Like bro, you know.
Yeah.
And then that gets under my skin.
And you know what I hate worse than that?
I'm like,
bruh.
Bro.
I hate bruh.
Bruh.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
I hate that, man.
You know what? I just had a flashback. Like I'm thinking of my grandpa, and my dad going, "I hate the word dude."
Oh yeah,
dude.
Man, we're our parents, dude. We're our parents. So the dude, I just called you dude. I'm so used to it. And that's the thing, man. You know, treat people because you never know. You never know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, you be on a film set and you may be there with J.C. Leyor. Mm-hmm. That guy would kill you. He is physically capable of wrecking your entire existence.
That's the only problem.
And he's the sweetest guy. Yeah. You know, he's just the nicest dude.
Yeah.
Donald Morgan's another one.
Yeah.
You know, if you know Donald, he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Nicest guy you ever meet.
I'm sure I do, but sorry, Donald, if you watch
if you
this.
don't, you should. He's a super cool guy.
Okay.
You know, it's those guys. And it's like you're standing side by side with them. Mm-hmm. So treat everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I think what was the saying? The toes you step on today may be attached to the ass you kiss tomorrow. Live your life that way, man.
All right.
PAs especially.
Yeah.
Every PA is an angel.
Yeah.
You know, if they tell you to shut your mouth, shut your mouth. Yeah. You know, don't argue with them. They're making $10 an hour, dude. Come on.
The toes you step on today might be attached to the ass that you'll be kissing tomorrow.
Exactly.
All right. I'll have to remember that one. Man.
People attribute it to Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know if it's Samuel L. Jackson, but you know, he's another one that's neat.
Say.
You know, you're on set with him. He's there every morning, a half hour early.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And he sits in front of his trailer and reads the newspaper.
Wow.
And woe be the person who comes to him before he's supposed to be there.
Interrupts that.
Yeah, he's very tactically funny when that happens. But you know, just treat everybody right.
Yeah.
Make sure you can do what you say you can do, and be cool and be on time. Mm-hmm. You do that, and you know you'll do all right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, this has been awesome. I'm so glad you came by today. Thanks for stopping by. And
I can't thank you enough for bringing me on.
Yeah.
I've known you a long time, and you've always been rock solid.
Oh, thanks, man.
And giving me the opportunity to come in here and just ramble, you know, is amazing to me.
Cool.
And I can't thank you enough.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for being here. And we'll actually be working together tomorrow.
I know we're gonna have so much fun.
Which is amazing, right? Like, this is gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be great.
I mean, not just the fact that we're working is one thing, but then we're actually working together, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and the fact that we get to do it the day after we get to sit down and hem haw.
Yeah. Because this was planned before. I mean, we didn't even know we were working tomorrow.
No.
And then this just.
I know, because you asked what day we could do this,
Yeah.
and I said, well, I can't. I got a fitting on this day, and you're like, so do I.
So do I.
Are
Same
you working for
time
so and so? I'm like, yes, I am. Best times.
Yeah. Cool, man. Right on. All right. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, everyone. I just wanted to take the time to remind you to please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you again for taking time to watch my shows, and I hope you enjoy them. This little guy here I got from John before he left. Just wanted to say thanks, John, again. It's pretty cool. Scary movie. And see you on the next one, guys. Peace.